Hey guys, welcome to Unbiased Rugby. So, big game for this weekend. Big pool C or D, I think it's D. Clash would be obviously the Wales versus Australia game. I'm just going to go through the team sheets and just discuss where I think the bit of concerns could be for either Wales or Australia. This is a must-win game for both teams. It really will determine. Look, Wales or Australia will be the one or two that comes out of that pool, but it'll directly determine if they're going to face either England, because I think England are going to win their pool, or Argentina, France. And what's happening at the moment, it looks like it's probably going to be France that are going to come through. So the winner of this game will probably end up facing France in the quarters. And I'm thinking that might be a little bit of an easier route to the finals than facing England. Looking at England very, very powerful. They've got great set piece and they're pretty strong across the park. So yeah, I think this is an absolutely must-win game for the teams. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through the teams quickly. So we've got the Wales team. We've got Wyn Jones as the loose head, Ken Owens, Thomas Francis as the tight head, Jake Ball, Alan Wyn Jones as the captain, Aaron Wainwright, Justin Tuperik, Josh Navidi, Gareth Davies at 9, Dan Bigger at 10, Josh Adams at 11, Hadley Parks at 12, Jonathan Davies at 13, George North at 14, and Liam Williams at 15. Very, very settled squad. I don't think there's been a hell of a lot of changes for that squad. I think that's probably one of their strongest teams that they could probably put forward. Coming off the bench, we've got Elliot D, Nicky Smith, Dylan Lewis, Aaron Singler, Ross Moriarty, Thomas Williams, Reece Patchells, and Owen Watkin. So yeah, for me, I think that's probably Wales' best side that they can probably put on the field. They're looking at this game as an absolutely must-win game for them. And yeah, Alan Wyn Jones was going to be his 130th test. You will be the highest capped Wales player of all time. And that guy's an absolute legend. I did another show and somebody was saying that he might be the captain for the Lions in 2 years' time. That's a big call, but an absolutely exceptional rugby player, and he is the talisman for Wales. Without him, they're not the same side. I've really liked the way that Jonathan Davies plays. George North has got that physicality. Liam Williams is just sublime. I've watched him play at Saracens for quite a while. The guy is absolutely incredible. He really, for me, he probably is the best fullback currently playing in rugby. The guy's absolutely amazing. Ken Owens, he was in my list of one of my favourite forwards that play. I prefer Ross Moriarty. I think he brings a lot of impact, but maybe they're bringing that impact off the bench. But yeah, pretty strong side, and I think you've got to have your real A game if you want to take out a Wales team like this. This is a Wales team that knows how to win. They know how to win consistently. They know how to grind out teams, really put a lot of teams under pressure, and yeah, it's going to be a really tough team to beat. Let's look at the Australia team. We've got Scott Sear at loose head, Turilatu at 2, Alan Alatoa at 3, Isaac Rodder at 4, Rory Arnold at 5, David Pocock at 6, Michael Hooper at 7 as captain, Izzy Nazarani at 8, 9 is Will Guinea, 10 Bernard Foley, 11 Marika Korovetti, 12 Summer Karevi, 13 James O'Connor, 4 Adam Ashley Cooper, and 15 Dane Halapeti. Pretty decent starting squad. Obviously with Hodge banned at the moment, they obviously had to bring in Adam Ashley Cooper to obviously cover that position, but it's a lot of tests for a winger. I'm not sure how fast he's going to be nowadays. So yeah, not that Hodge is very fast, but yeah, we'll see. Coming off the bench, we've got Jordan Ulysses, James Slipper, Sekope Kepu, Adam Coleman, Lukam Lakiloto, Nick White, Matt Tamua, and Kurtley Beale. So yeah, it's quite a strange setup, because obviously Bernard Foley starting and Will Guinea starting. Normally it would be Nick White and Leofano. Yeah, I'm just not 100% sure about this. The Australian side playing two open sides again with David Pocock and Michael Hooper. I just don't think they have. I think they need a decent blind side to get across the physicality, because even though they've got a lot of tests or anything, I don't think this is the most physical pack out there. I think England's pack and South Africa's pack is a lot more physical than this pack. So yeah, I'm seeing a little bit of a problem here. Simon Karevi is probably one of the best 12s currently playing. Absolutely exceptional player. Really go forward ball, and he really understands rugby. James O'Connor, I really didn't really enjoy when he was playing for Sale Sharks. I thought he was a little bit iffy, but he seems to have really stepped up his game for the internationals. And I think he's pretty much a must player now at that 13th channel. And he does do some great offloads and things like that. I'm just concerned about the old boy at 14. I'm fairly worried, because if I look at the Wales side, obviously he's going to go up against Josh Adams, and we know that he's an exceptional player. So is George North. I think he's going to have a really hard time with those back three. The back line, I just look at the back line for Wales, and I just think it's so settled. Even though Will Guinea is world class, I just don't know. I really don't know. If I look at the caps, I look at Wales versus Australia. It's 170 versus 768. That's literally, it's almost identical. Normally, Australia have a lot more that come off the bench, but that's because Ashley Cooper's normally on the bench. But yeah, I still think it's going to go with Wales. Bernard Foley, not my favourite 10 in the world. I just think if he misses his first kick, then he generally misses all his kicks. I just don't think his tactical kicking is as good as some of the other 10s out there. I'm not saying Leilofano is better. I think he's better than Bernard Foley, though. So yeah, I'm hoping that he steps up. I think he really needs to step up to obviously get into the to make sure he gets into the side in the quarters. I've really liked Isaac Roddo when he plays for the Reds. I think he's an exceptional player. My one concern is obviously they did dominate some of the smaller teams' scrums, but I just don't see them dominating. Not that Wales have the best scrum in the world. I just think, I don't think both teams have. Wales have a decent scrum. I just think they generally play channel one ball, get the ball out, just move it along, and just hit the phases. And Australia, I just haven't seen. Every single team above them seems to dominate them at scrum time, and and every team below them, they seem to dominate. So yeah, I think it's a little bit of an issue. Looking at the benches, Reece Patchell, he's okay. Look, I think it's going to be an absolutely tight game. I think if Wales start playing a very expansive kind of game, it's really going to get into what Australia are really good at. I think their game plan with Curtly Beale coming off the bench and Nick White coming off the bench to bring up that speed and everything after the game, because Curtly Beale in the last 20 minutes is sublime. The guy scores tries from everywhere. He scored really decent tries against South Africa when he came off the bench. So yeah, I think the first 20 to 40 minutes is going to be quite slow, and I think then Wales are going to start tightening the screws and winning. I can't remember how much I said they'd win by. I think it was fairly close, like 9 points or a converted try. I think that's how close it's going to be. But yeah, guys, what do you think of this game? I think this is the big game for the weekend. There are other games playing, but I think this is the real big game for the weekend. And it's a must-win game for these teams. They have to win this game to top their pool, because I'd really want to avoid playing England in the quarterfinals. I really would. If I was any team, I'd try to avoid them until the semis, because I think they're on exceptional form, and I'm just not 100% sure if the Australia team could take out the England team. I think the Wales team can, because they do play them quite a lot. But yeah, it's an absolutely must-win game for this team. But yeah, guys, put your comments down below of what you think of the game. I'm super excited for it. I'm looking forward to it big time, and I'm expecting a really tight, close game that's quite intense. And I think the pendulum is going to swing a couple of times until it starts really getting into Wales's kind of territory where they show their superior fitness. They go through the phases and they just grind you out. So yeah, guys, what game are you looking forward to this weekend? Put down in the comments below what you think the score is going to be, what players you're looking forward to, and what games you're looking forward to. Listen, guys, I hope you have an absolutely wonderful week of rugby, and really enjoy the World Cup. It has been one of the best World Cups for a long time, and I'll chat to you guys soon, probably on the weekend when I do my review of this game. Chat soon. Cheers. Bye.